Good afternoon. It's an honor to actually be in this chair. I just wanted to ask you, Abraham, does Esther know, or is Esther aware of what's going on right now at this point in time?
To some degree, as much as the rest of you.
Okay.
In other words, she has spatial context here. She has the experience of feeling the feeling of Abraham,
okay,
without the intellectual awareness of what's coming next. In other words, it's like a feeling of anticipation and a feeling of well-being, right, without knowing the details of what's coming next. But the spatial context is the same for her as it is for you, and then some.
Okay, so does she stop creating at that point when you enter into her?
Actually, such a good question. All of you create in a 3-step process. Step 1 is when you ask, and the contrast causes you to do that. Step 2 is when Source arranges things in this vibrational escrow that we're talking about, and that's not your work. Step 3 is where you release resistance and allow what you've been asking for to be. So the entire time that Esther stands in vibrational alignment with Abraham, right, while she allows your questions to be answered through her, she is conducting step 3, and that's why her life is so phenomenal.
Wow.
In other words, life just causes step 1 to happen. It's true for all of you.
All right. Thank you.
Well, before you go, let's talk about this just for a little bit, because this is really big. Because as you understand that step 1 and step 3 are different,
right,
different steps, and that you can't do them both at the same time, right, Esther has been asking herself vividly and often recently, in the middle of a conversation with Jerry or in the middle of her own thought process, is this a step 1 thought or is this a step 3 thought? Is this a asking, am I putting more in my vibrational escrow right now, or am I allowing what I've already put there right now? Don't you think that's really worth talking about? This is a wonderful thing that you're stirring up here, because we want to say to all of you that you've put enough stuff in your vibrational escrow to keep yourselves busy for 20 or 30 lifetimes. So we don't really think you have to be out there stirring it up that much more in order to create more abundance and well-being. But it's all a process of being physically focused. And the reason that we ask you to stay here longer while we talk about this more is because we really, really want you to take pleasure and satisfaction and feel proud of yourself even when you're in a step 1 conversation. Step 1 matters. Step 1 matters. If you don't ask the question, then you can't get the answer. And when you consciously ask the question, the answer is more meaningful. And so there is nothing in the world wrong with being aware of problems, because problems bring about solutions. Our eternalness is dependent on it. It's time for you to all slap yourselves on the back and feel appreciation for your willingness to stir it up. Just don't get so hung up in the step 1 part of it. In other words, deliberately do step 3 stuff. And step 3 stuff is basking. Step 3 stuff is meditating. Step 3 stuff is praising. Step 3 stuff is getting a massage, relaxing, going to the beach, swimming, taking care of yourself, eating something that's good. Step 3 stuff is treating yourself well. Step 3 stuff is reaching for thoughts of relief. Step 3 stuff is being easy on yourself, giving yourself the benefit of the doubt, giving somebody else the benefit of the doubt. In other words, put your emphasis on doing step 3 stuff. Step 1 stuff will just show itself to you. Step 1 just shows up. But stop beating up on yourself when you catch yourself in the middle of a step 1 thing. Just say, this is step 1, and it's of value, and it's helping me put stuff over there. Now, do I want to turn it? Now is it time? Now is it time? Now is it time? Can I now turn it? No, I'd rather beat the drum of this longer. I haven't complained about this quite long enough. I haven't brought everybody in my immediate vicinity down low enough. Good. You got that clearly, didn't you?
Very clearly.
Good time for a segment of refreshment. We are complete.